Welcome. I'm glad you could join us. You're about to view one of the most important videos you've ever seen in your whole life. See, we're really concerned about all you folks who have them big SUVs. You know, you got your GPS units, your cell phones, and all them kind of things. But you know, they can break down. And if you're out at a place like this, instead of going left, you go right, and end up in them there mountains, you're afraid you'll get lost and you won't know what to do. But by the time you're done listening to this here video, you can be a survivor dude like me. Well, it's very important now to talk about packing the essentials. You got to make sure you have everything you need out there in the back country. First off, most important thing to bring, my Bible. I read that. It's a good thing to have right with you. Now, the other things you might need, today, some crampies. Those go on your feet if you get into anything that kind of swish you around there. And you got to have like a water bottle. You know, you got to have your mosquito stuff. Lots of food, you know, you get hungry out there. You know, maybe an extra water bottle. Maybe some more food. And more food. Got to have lots of food. Yeah, we got, you know, something there to cook her in. Oh, we got just a few items, you know. We got me sleeping bag down to 42 below. It's August. And then you got your sweater, your extra undies. You got some more clothes. I'm getting down to the essential stuff now. Always got to have an extra pair of pants, some socks, some more clothes, more clothes, you know, more clothes, a tent to sleep in, more of them. I'll get down to what I'm looking for in a moment. You got to have something to sleep on. Another pair of undies. You know, some extra shoes. I'll find my essential here in a minute. An extra shoe. My ice axe is kind of a trusty thing to have on the ice. I'll get to my essential in a moment. You know what? I think I put it over here. There it is. My chapstick. Well, none of us like to get lost out there in the woods. So we do a few things to make sure we're careful. First off, we get ourselves a trusty map. You know, one of the area we're going into. Then I'll make sure we don't get lost. Then I bring some extra things just to make sure that I can read the map well. I bring me my trusty compass. That helps me orientate the map to north and everything. And then also up here in the mountains, since we're up in high altitudes, this helps me with them funny little lines that are on the map. That's an altimeter. And then I bring me my GPS, my cell phone in case I do get lost. I can always phone home. And then I bring a backup cell phone. And then of course I bring me my laptop here, you know. That helps me with Streets Plus and all the geographic kind of maps too. So don't get lost out there. Well, we're way up here in the wilds in the high altitude, and you gotta be careful up here because the UV rays are much stronger. They're like doubled or divided or multiplied or something. Anyway, but they'll do rectal damage to your eyes if you're not careful. So that's why I wore my other hat here, the cap with the bill, to protect my eyes. Plus, it makes me look cool. I'm really thirsty. We've just hiked 7 miles. It's a very arid area. We haven't had water for now 4 hours. So I've come in here to this dry stream bed
where I think I can find some water if I just dig down. So first thing we need to do is find a good stone, something say like this, with a nice point on it we can dig with. And we're just going to dig down into this stream bed, see what we get. Go. Now there's all sorts of sources of food in the backcountry. Pine bark is very, very good. You've got pine cones. You've got grasses. You've got all sorts of different typical things in the backcountry. You can look under rocks for different things that would be edible. One. Now berries are another good source to supplement your diet in the wild. So you can forage around in these types of forests and look for berries. Now, for instance, here's one right here. Now let's just see. It's a little ripe though. Now one of the pieces of your diet that's usually missing is meat. So what you can do is make yourself a spear. Now I find myself a nice log like this. I take that end off and I got myself a nice spear. So we'll start looking for some meat. Come on. Kind of lean, I don't think so. Now we've collected our meat that we're going to cook. One of the nice things about being in high altitude and good sun like this, you can find yourself a nice hot rock. You can lay out your pieces of meat and they'll just cook. Now in just a few moments, these babies will be sizzling up just like a steak on your grill. Well, looks like that sun just ain't bright enough today. But what I've done is I've gone out and collected some tinder, and I'm going to make me a fire. So, first thing we're going to do, create some friction. Take this here stick, we're going to rub it on the rock until it just starts smoking, and then we can take this tinder and put it right there, and she'll stop burning right off. So we'll have her any minute. It helps if you bang the lighter sometimes. Now it's very important out in the wild when you have your campfires that you're very careful. Because up here at high altitude, there's a lot of timber. A lot of tinder that can burn like this. It's very dry, and if you don't take care of your campfires, you could start a forest fire. So be very careful with it. Did we put our house on fire? Now another important thing is shelter. At night it could get raining and cold and you need a good place to protect yourself. So what I've started to do here is build myself a nice shelter, keep myself out of the rain and out of the wind.
it's that time that we gotta talk about, hey, doing the business. You know, when you're out in the backcountry, you gotta do the business sometimes. There's two things we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about trail etiquette and hygiene. Now, trail etiquette's easy. Park Service and everybody else tells you when you go out in the woods, dig a hole 2 foot wide, 4 foot deep, and make sure it's 2,650 feet away from the nearest trail, stream, lake, or campsite. So that's easy. You know where to do the business. Now, when we do the business, you gotta be careful and clean up, you know. So you can clean up with some very good things out there, like some grass, you know, that would be good, that'd clean up good. For some leaves, you know, like these, or like this, you know, or you can take some soft material like this and then clean yourself up. Myself, well, I don't know.